You better stop. There we go. What is up, guys? So welcome to Prescription Saturday. We got a whole lot of people on our roster because there's been a whole lot going on in this, I guess you can say in social media today. I went out to the store and I saw a whole bunch of people in bandanas and scarves and plastic bags over their head and all kinds of shit. And I just want to know, now that the Sharona got people out here acting crazy, is it perfectly acceptable to leave my house looking like a gangbanger, a looter, and nobody's going to say anything? Like, I'm just wondering, if everybody got their face covered, wouldn't this be like the perfect time to rob a bank or to rob a store? Because if you rob it, then people don't even know what you actually look like because your shit is all covered up. That's all I'm saying. I don't know, but I just wanted to ask y'all. Okay, so now let me go ahead as soon as y'all ready. What's up, guys? Hold on, y'all. Let me close these blinds over here. Make sure we get all the light possible up in here. Don't need folks looking in on me while I'm doing the damn show. Yes, I did hear about Floyd Mayweather, so we are going to intercept his script and give her a damn script because homegirl is finna go to jail. Yaya finna be on the yard. Yaya is about to put her milkshake on the yard, and all the girls are gonna be trying to get some of it. All right, but let's start with our first story. If this shit will let me share my screen, let me share my shit, let me share my stuff. Okay, Firefox. Okay, that's not what I wanted to share. What's up, everybody? It's a setup excuse to execute niggas. You think so? You think so? I don't know. I don't know if I can go with that. All right. Any day now, just waiting for this shit, to let me share my screen. Any day now, maybe not. All right, let's try it again. All right. Come on, let me share. All right, here we go. There we go. It always give me a little bit. There we go. We have it set up and it always made me do this. So anyway, for the first story, we got an Indiana couple that decided to name their newborn twins Corona and COVID or COVID. I don't really know how they are freaking pronouncing this name. Now, when I first saw this story, initially, I was like, damn, what in the ghetto? Like, it just came out very ghetto to me, and that was me with my own preconceived notions, because then when you read, you learn it's an Indian couple, and they did exactly what I have been asking a lot of y'all not to do. So the doctor is going to, where the doctor pen? Here we go. Tiffany went on her shit this morning. So for this couple, all right, I'm going to write them a script to actually provoke their name-changing abilities and responsibilities to their children, because obviously they failed. And out of all the beautiful names you could have picked out of a baby book, you chose Corona and COVID, a beer, a virus, and a name that don't even really have no damn meaning. The second part of the script is for the twins. Unfortunately, they are going to have to live through life. Actually, no, they're not even 10 days old yet. See, before 10 days, you can actually go to the state and change the name. So we're going to change that name. We're going to call these kids Chris and Caleb and call it a damn day. Yes, this is not a black couple. COVID is not bad. No, it's not that bad, but still, really, you had to name your children after a virus of all damn names. We just not going to go with that. We just not. All right. So let's move on to our next story. Rewriting them babies a script for a name change ASAP. Now, for this one here, what y'all think this lady name is? I feel like I want to call her Bertha, Susan, maybe Marilyn. She looked like she was hot back in the day. Now, this geriatric granny here, look, this quarantine got everybody tripping, and apparently while the rest of us are dried up in the corner, she letting everybody know that coochie is still wet. That coochie never stopped being wet, and she put it out there for somebody to come and get it. Let me play our video so we can come up with a script for the good old Gilfy granny here.
Someone will volunteer to come and fuck me. This is getting ridiculous. Please be 35 or older and in the New Orleans area and able to come during the daytime, preferably in the morning. During a good time, I promise. And we lingerie. Everybody wants to touch sexy over one. And I am
All right, all right. Enough of that. Enough of the guilty granny. So before we move on to our next story, hold on. Let me stop sharing that. Before we move on there, for the guilty granny there that is apparently still horny in these quarantine times, I'm actually going to write her a script for a young buck to come around there and break off Granny a little piece of some. She apparently is very lonely. Maybe her husband died. Maybe she was never married. I don't know. But what I do know is that before all this shit went down, Granny would have been able to go to the local bar, pick up a dude, bring him home, satisfy her needs, and then kick him out her house so she can go ahead and get her next victim the next day. So we're going to send a man by there. We will check his temperature before he comes in the house because, Granny, we can't be letting dick kill you. Now, Granny, you done made it all the way to 80 years old, surviving a whole lot. And we don't want you taken out by some dick this late in the game. We will really be sad to hear 85-year-old lady dies after taking dick filled with coronavirus. So we're going to check his temperature before he come in the door. He going to break you off. I know you're a little old. I know the joints don't work the way they used to, even though them titties still sitting up the way they used to. See, you 85 and I feel like you got the titties of like a 50-year-old. It's not that damn bad. But anyway, we're going to make sure we get plenty pillows and plenty covers to put on the bed, or we're just going to lay you on the side because I highly doubt that you can do like the wheelbarrow or ride it from the back or reverse cowgirl. I don't really think you getting down like that anymore. I don't even really think you get down on your knees to suck off a young buck, because once you get down on your knees, I doubt you would be able to get back up. Anyway, I say all that to say plenty covers, plenty bedding and sheets and knee pads sent to your damn house. And last but not least, Granny, the guilty granny, what I really want you to do is to go to Amazon and order you a bunch of dildos. That way you can satisfy yourself through this quarantine, because apparently this shit gonna be here for the next 90 days and I'm not gonna be able to sneak dick to your house every day for the next 90 days. I just won't be able to do it, all right? All right. Moving right along. Let's go on to our next story. Actually, shit, believe it or not, I think this is Tasha that's texting me. Let me see what the hell she wants. Oh, that's right. I did text her. Anyway, I'll hit her back later. Now, can y'all see that? Can y'all see these two on the screen here? This, the lady on the left is a lady that should have actually been the governor of Georgia, Stacey Abrams. And then the man on the right is the current governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp. Now, Brian Kemp took his slow, slew-footed ass on camera this past week and said that he had just found out that the Sharona, we're going to call it the Rona around here, that the Rona could be passed by people that were asymptomatic, and he had no idea of this shit before. And the sad thing is that in this cousin fucking state, you know, the state that's really cool with fucking cousins or fucking people underage, apparently they didn't, nobody sat back and told him like, hey, you might not want to say that on camera, sir, because that does not make any sense. So for Brian Kemp, you are not properly representing Georgia. You are not representing the South. It's bad enough everybody look at the South as slow. It's bad enough they look at the South as just being racist. It's bad enough they look at this place as the only place in the country where you can come and get real estate for the low, even if you hate your surroundings and hate the people that you are surrounded with. So for you, Brian Kemp, I am actually going to write you a script for editor of your speeches. So that way, when you are writing speeches and you about to come on national television, they can scan that shit for stupidity. We ain't got to scan it for grammar. We ain't got to scan it even like for accuracies. I just want to scan that shit for stupidity, because that stupid meter was really going off when you was talking, sir. Also, Brian Kemp, I want you to give up your position as governor to the lady that actually should have won that shit, Miss Stacey Abrams. She is everybody's governor, even if she was not actually elected, because I believe that Stacey actually won that damn election. And some of you and the good old boys, you know, the good old boys that can trace their lineage all the way back to slavery, because when you drive around Georgia, you know, when you go out to the country, when you out in Beaufort and what that hell, I done drove all around this damn state at this point. Once you get out in that country area, you see a lot of big houses with horses going through the yards and acres and acres and acres of land, and you come to realize that, oh, this was a plantation. So for Brian Kemp and all his plantation buddies that probably got your stupid ass, kept your stupid ass in office, I am going to revoke your governor privileges. The new governor will be Stacey Abrams. Please leave my office. Go catch yourself up to speed and maybe try it again when it's time for re-election. Okay. Get these people out of my damn office. Moving right along. I know these politicians are absolute idiots, all right? Not last but not least, but up next. Oh, we just talked about this man yesterday. So for the Jezebel Jamal Bryant, I have you in my office today because you have not only been sucking coochie in a congregation, you have been sucking all of the coin from the members of your congregation as well. I'm already giving you the damn side eye because you took over a church that Bishop Eddie Long had already been in. As a matter of fact, Bishop Eddie Long had been in that church so long and dug in so many asses and anal cavities that I know damn well that Bishop had enough money stashed away in the church's bank to cover the cost of all of the COVID-19 tests that you was going to make the sweet, poor, poverty-stricken people of your congregation pay for. $150, Jamal Bryant would go very far. That's a light bill, that's a gas bill for some people, cable bill, phone bill. A lot of people can't even get no credit because they still owe Sprint $200. If it applies, then it does, and if it don't, let it fly. But we know a lot of people that have to ask you to put them on a damn phone plan, all because they still owe Sprint $200 and they can't get approved nowhere for no credit. So since you was trying to scam the people out of money because, $150 times 1,000 tests is $150,000. So you was about to make $150,000 like that. As a matter of fact, maybe all of us in this chat room and a doctor is in the wrong business. Maybe you don't need ethics and morals to make money. Maybe you should just steal it like you do, but just figure out how to steal it legally. So the first part of your script, Jezebel Jamal, is that I am going to send the IRS to do a full audit on you, your church, and the Green-Eyed Bandit Giselle's taxes for the last 7 years. All right, there is no way in hell you are going to tell me, in hell, that's where a lot of y'all in the congregation going, by the way, just so you know. I know a lot of people think all they got to do is go up in the building, show up, give a little money, and ain't actually got to apply those fundamentals to their life. But I'm here to let you know when Jesus come back, he will be coming to your place of worship first. So I hope all y'all are ready. Anyway, I want a full audit on your shit, Jamal, all right? I want to know where all the monies is going, how is it being spent, how much of it you're taking home, how much of the church's money are you embezzling into your own restaurants and business, how much have you gave to Giselle, how much do you pay for child support? We want to know everything, Jamal, because if your church been tithing and tearing up ass for the last 20 years and y'all ain't got $150,000 to cover the cost of these people's tests, we got a problem. If you mean to tell me that people have been giving you their first and their last for years and generations, and you now cannot come and return the favor and do what the church is actually supposed to be there to do, to help the sick and needy, to help its members, yeah, that's bullshit. I need a full audit on all your financial paperwork. The second part of your script, Jamal, is that I'm going to have you to go ahead and remarry Giselle. We are all sick of looking at her on the Real Housewives of Potomac. And Robin, a.k.a. Robert, because let me tell you something about Robin Dixon. Her voice is as deep as a robber. And so every time I see her, I just think Robert. Like even when she got behind that 18-wheeler, her and Giselle was finna buy it, it was just like, look at Robert and Giselle sitting in the tree. They're scissoring. Okay, I'm kidding. Anyway, Robin called my office and said that she was tired of bumping pocketbooks with Giselle and that she wants Giselle to find her a man now that Robin has finally got a commitment out of her man Juan. All right, so Juan sick of putting her through the ringer for losing all their money, so they gonna get back together, and that leaves Giselle alone, lonely, and confused with nobody to lean on and nobody to sizzle with. So I want her to move down here to Atlanta. I want her to get out of that dilapidated house and that old ass townhouse, move into the house that your church bought you, Jezebel Jamal, because we know the house you live in is probably really nice. And I want you guys, all right, to live happily ever after. But we sick of your shit, and we sick of Giselle's shit up there in Potomac. Potomac ain't that damn far from Atlanta. Gonna bring her ass down here so y'all can find something to do, and maybe you can learn how to stop stealing from your damn congregation. All right. All right. We ain't seen a Dr. Coat in how long? Has it been that long? Has it been that long since y'all seen a damn Dr. Coat? Wow. All right. So now let's move on, because we got to talk about Joe Sanders, or Sanders, however you say his name. All right. Come on, Facebook. Pull it up. Let me pull that down. Why is everybody messaging me on here? Okay, so I want to show y'all this video that this boxer made that apparently he thought was funny, but nobody else caught the joke in it.
Just want to make a little video just for all you dads, husbands, if you've got girlfriends, etc. Obviously, this COVID-19 is getting very serious and we're isolated away in, very tight spaces. So, right, if your old woman's giving you a little bit of mouth and you try to be patient, you try to be calm, cool, but after the 7th day or 6th day, shall I say, you're just about to explode. All of a sudden, she's coming at you now, spitting a bit of venom in your face, ready to say something. You may have left dishes out, you may have, I don't know what you've done, but you've upset her. So as she comes in, she's coming at you and you've lost it. You've lost it, just keep it safe with your hands. So as she comes in, she's just about to say something, all of a sudden you explode. On the chin. Yeah, so you've got her on the chin. At this time, she may flash and see my thinking, what's just happened? Has he done it? I can't believe this. What's happened? She don't know what's happened. She's in a state of horror at the minute. She don't know what's gone on. That flash has come. And all of a sudden, you just dip down on that bed and spring up. So you finish her off.
Damn.
That should do the trick. So if you remember that first, just to make her delusional, she don't know what's happened, then it's a little dip of that, and then follow it up. So you just spring it.
A lot of us can't. Can y'all not hear him?
So have a good day. Peace out.
Okay, all right. Y'all gonna need me to translate. So apparently the man has a really thick accent. Okay, bitch, we don't care about you, Whitney Cummings. Okay, let me go ahead. All right, anyway, let me take him down from the screen. Okay, Facebook. Okay, that's enough. Damn, Facebook will play forever. Now, that was Joe Sanders, who's a boxer. As you guys can tell, he had an accent, and I really couldn't understand what he's saying, but apparently he is boxer by day and comedian by night. Now, this stupid-ass joke that he put right here on camera costed this man $7 million, costing him a lot of sponsors, and it has pretty much costing him his career at this point. So for Joe Saunders, sir, I'm just diagnosing you with stupidity, all right? I'm diagnosing you with stupidity because here's the thing. Everybody wants to be a comedian. Everybody wants to be a blogger, an entertainer, a personality, but it's not for everybody. Stick to the shit that you're good at. Joe Saunders, stick to what you do. You hit for a living, you get hit for a living, and you take the chances of getting early Alzheimer's and CTE for millions of dollars. That's what you do. That is what you're good at. You give up your body for money. I get behind this camera and perform. It's not for you because none of us could even understand what the fuck you was saying. So the shit was funny to you, but not to us. So, Joe, the first part of your script is that I am setting up a fight between you, Chris Brown, Mike Tyson, Chad Ochocinco, and O.J. Simpson. Now, what do you and all of those men have in common? Well, you guys are the woman beaters. So I'm going to start a woman beaters fighters league. So instead of fighting women that physically are not superior to you, you guys can just all fight each other, and then we can see who's the toughest bitch out of all the bitches, all right? Second part of the script is that we taking your social media. Social media, oh God. Hey, here's why. I equate social media to dick, liquor, pussy, or drugs, all right? If you use it in moderation and you know what you're doing, you can be just fine. But if you can't control your dick, your pussy, your alcohol, or your drug habit, if you can't control it, then somebody needs to control it for you. So you're going to get on social media ASAP, go and deal with your family, stop whooping off and kicking off in their ass, and just love on them and listen to them. I know that's a little hard for you to do. You used to just, swinging, but listen, all right? Going to develop those listening skills. I'm also sending CBS to your house to do a full interview and evaluation on everybody, simply to make sure that you ain't got them people up in there scared like Ike had Tina scared up in that music studio. And then last but not least, you're going to give a public apology to save your career. We know we know you're not going to mean your apology simply because anytime somebody apologizes after the fact, they're not sorry for what they did. They're just sorry that they got caught or that it caused an uproar. But asshole, it's going to be a little hard for your wife to sleep next to you at night, knowing that not only do you kick off on her throat, you also just fucked over $7 million. All right. So go ahead, find you some shit, but you're going to get out of my office and don't swing on me. Because one thing about me and Nurse Tiffany, we know how to swing back. All right. Get your script. We're going to get you up out of here ASAP. Get up out of my office. All right. Let's move on to our next damn scripts. Jay-Z beat Beyonce allegedly. Allegedly. Okay, you guys know who this is, right? You guys know who that is, right? That is Ari Lennox, all right? She's a musician. She's a really sweet person, has a really sweet voice. She, like when Ari speaks, she kind of reminds me of Fantasia, how they have like a grown lady but a little girl voice at the same damn time. I think it's just really cute. But anyway, Ari Lennox was simply trying to figure out how to put on a lace front. You know, this quarantine times got us all messed up and can't none of us go see the beautician or the barber guy. That's why I'm over here looking so scruffy and rough. But some of y'all told me to keep the scruffy look and to keep the full beard. So hell, I'm gonna do it. Maybe this quarantine got me looking better than I ever did. But anyway, Snoop Dogg brought his old saggy bald ass into our comment section to say, why don't you, he said, what happened to just wearing your own hair? So let's play her video and then we're going to give Snoop Dogg his script for putting his big ass nose and shit that in business that don't concern him.
Damn lie. You're a goddamn lie, Justine. Justine. We're going to try you one more motherfucking time. That's right. I'm going to push you to the front. I'm going to close my eyes. And we're going to lay you the fuck down, bitch, like a goddamn fucking criminal. Got caught by the fucking ops. When we fucking open our goddamn eyes, this shit's going to be laid. This shit is going to be fucking laid like a goddamn fucking sex worker.
Not the got to be glue.
I'm bad.
All right, so let's stop that there. All right, so now I know y'all don't see his comment, but Snoop scrolled through there and said, what happened to wearing your own hair? Now, if you guys know anything about Ari Lennox literally does not bother anybody. So coming into her comment section that she did not ask your old ass to come into and bother her when you should be bothering your wife at night and not those cum bucket whores that you do out in the streets. And that got me looking at you kind of funny, Snoop. You know, you already lost your G card to me when we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. So Calvin Brodus Jr., Snoop Doggy Dogg, Snoop Lion, receding hairline, whatever you want to call yourself, I'm going to simply tell you this. What happened to wearing your hair? Oh, what happened to being sober, Snoop Dogg? Because you have never been sober in your whole life. I mean, not only do you smoke weed, you allegedly do coke, and I was about to say something. What happened to being sober, Snoop Dogg? I'm going to just leave that at that. What happened to being faithful to your wife? Because you have never been faithful to Boss Lady. You ain't been faithful to her from the start, and she been sticking by your side through thick and thin. And you still have continued to cheat on her and disrespect her. So what happened to wearing your hair? What happened to being faithful to your wife? What happened to not embarrassing your kids by screwing a cum rag that's their same damn age? Shout out to Selena Powell. What happened to having hit records, Snoop? Because you ain't had no hit records in about 10 years. What happened to being a real G, Snoop? A real gangster, and not letting a frozen, stiff-faced woman who's in a slave contract with her husband tell you wrong for simply stating the shit that we all were thinking at the end of the damn day. You lost a lot of my respect, Snoop, when you went on Red Table Talk and apologized for shit that you know damn well you was not sorry for. When you told Gail that she was looking like a dog-faced bitch, a dog-head, whatever he called her, we all felt it. We didn't take offense to it because we knew you was talking about her. You weren't talking about all of us. We had enough sense to understand that. Jada needed some content for her show. Oprah got offended. And so the powers that be made your ass get in their office and apologize. But you lost your G card to that shit. You gonna be a G or you gonna be an industry puppet? It's really your choice, Snoop. But at the end of the day, before you come for somebody in their hair and you don't even know what you're talking about, because Ari literally wears her hair all the time. You called her one time with a wig, and now you got some shit to say. I suggest you working on saving the few strands of dreads you got left, because you out here, you about to be looking like Stevie Wonder in a minute. That's all I'm damn saying. Moving right along. We're going to move right along from that. Come on, next story load. All right, so now we're going to talk about this guy here. No thanks. I don't want no updates from y'all. Get this shit off there. I don't want no updates. First off, how are you guys doing out there? Let me take a little break. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing out there? Whew. Golly. All right. So now Teriyaki 6ix9ine has been released from prison, and he and does nothing to nobody, right? He has been released from prison, and his lawyers actually got him out of prison earlier than expected, all because his asthma put him at a greater risk of being susceptible to that damn Sharona. Now, here's my thing. You got a lot of people locked up in the county. You got a lot of people locked up in prison that have illnesses that they would also be extra susceptible to this damn virus, but they don't get no special treatment, but Tekashi always does. And the niggas that he was committing the crimes with are going down for years and probably most of their lives, but Tekashi don't. I kept trying to understand how is it that Teriyaki here, Teriana, who was so used to getting his cheeks clapped behind closed doors, because ain't nobody telling me nothing. It ain't no way that you go in prison looking like that, marked up like that, being a snitch with that hot colored ass hair, and you are not nobody's bitch in the prison. I watch plenty Locked Up on TV. Watch Locked Up on MSNBC. That shit will open up your eyes to a lot. And somebody like that is not an alpha behind doors. That is a bitch behind bars. And it is what it is. So, Teriyaki, now that you were home and safe while the niggas served the time that you really should have been serving right along with them, the first part of your script, Daniel, is that I'm going to prescribe you Latin music going forward. There will be no more nigga music for you, no more gangster music. You don't live that kind of life. You not about that life. You was never about that life. You never fitted in. You was never a hip hop artist to me, because real hip hop don't sound like that bullshit you was spewing from your carotid throat. So at the end of the day, you are going to go back to your people on your side of the bridge and make that music that your people listen to, that you grew up listening to. Not the hip hop and shit, not rap, because you are not name one of those. Second part of your script is that we changing that name. You can't go by Tekashi no more. Your name, you brought up that name off of niggas. And since you have single-handedly taken down a whole gang of niggas, you can't use that nigga name no more. So you can go ahead and go Spanish music, which actually I was reading something that said you was about to come out with English and Spanish music. But anyway, go ahead and make that music that you grew up listening to, and you are going to use your name. But Tekashi is what the niggas gave you, and you would not be considered no more. Your N-word saying privileges have thereby been revoked by the doctor. I don't know why all these dudes in the industry even gave you a pass to be able to say the N-word. As a matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about this, I don't know if I'm more pissed at Tekashi and for him for literally using black culture to come up, get rich, only to throw all of the black people under the bus later, or am I mad at these gangs of niggas that was dumb enough to let this guy so far into their shit that he was single-handedly able to take down the whole organization? Not saying we need gangs out there in our neighborhoods, but damn it, if we're gonna go down, we go down by ourselves, not on the cause of somebody else. Do you really think that a black person will be able to get in a Spanish gang or a Latino gang just off rip? Do we really think it would be that easy? Just because you're a rapper and you make money? No, you not. They don't look at you as one of them. You wouldn't be able to be a part of their shit. And so for us, I'm trying to understand why we so accepting to people that come in only to crash your shit down to the ground. Anyway, no more N-word privileges saying for you. And if I catch you on Nan track saying the N-word, then the black community will be coming to stomp your ass out. And last but not least for your script, Teriana, I want you to claim your outside child out there. So see, I guess apparently he had a few little girlfriends before he went to prison, and there's a chick out there that just tested Daniel's abuelo for paternity, and it came back as a match. So long story short, the baby mama couldn't test Tekashi, so she tested Tekashi's daddy, and that was a match, and we had a whole futuristic situation. This was, you know, a telenovela version of a future type of situation. But anyway, go claim your damn child that you made out there, go back to your people and make your music. No more N-words for you, and no more nigga music for you. That's it, you're done, and you're out of here, all right? I don't know anybody that ever really liked him like that. I really don't understand how he came up that fast, and you got good artists out here that can't get no play. All right, so now moving on, we got to talk about this thick-tongued heifer here, Kiely Williams. The girl that thought she was all of that and a bag of chips, and really turned out to now not really be shit that anybody paying attention to unless they talk about shit that happened 20 years ago, Kiely. See, Kiely, your mama souped your head up that you were all of that in a bag of chips because you was light-skinned, because you had the hair that you have, because you had the eyes that you have. And had you treated Natreon like shit, meanwhile, while you were so busy trying to down a dark-skinned sister, what your mammy should have been trying to teach you is how to parlay this career into another one so you could actually stay rich just like the same counterparts that you spit on and you kicked and you put down in the past. I mean, it looked a little crazy for the very same one that you put down to now be way more successful than you and have a better career than you. Shout out to Natreon. I don't know why people even mess with Natreon. Natreon literally bothers no one anyway. But anyway, we're going to look at Kiely's video. We're going to look at some receipts. And then we're going to get her script so she can get up out of the office. I'm sick of her spitting all over me when she's trying to talk.
Oh, so what made me do this was because I woke up this morning and everybody was saying that I threatened to out Raven. And I don't know where that came from. So I was like, let me get on Instagram Live because I've never done this before and tell everybody that I didn't. And I'm sure it's going over really well. Oh my God, we want that interlude. I know, it was really good. That was my favorite song. Do you agree that as a Black woman, we should be empowering to one another? It would put you in a better and inspiring position to make amends. I don't feel that I have anything to make amends for. Especially as it relates to Adrian. As far as Naturi goes, if there was ever a reason to apologize, so what made me do this was because all of that has been kind of overshadowed by the literal lies and just like really ugly stuff that she said about my mom and my sister. So no, not interested in that. I'm sorry. All of that has been. Here's my thing. I don't see a reason why I would need to go on the reel because I'm not promoting anything, right?
We know you ain't promoting shit.
To do that for me, because the reason why people go on those shows is to promote things. The reason why people do Unsung is because they've got a show coming out or an album or whatever. Like Sabrina was saying earlier, she thinks the Raven has an EP coming out. So that could be why all this stuff is happening, right? It's usually in promotion of something. You know, you want a buzz, you want something to happen. So there's no real reason for me to go on there. And also, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think Adrian wants to like have live TV with me. Because, I mean, she's going to have to say, yes, Kiely, I did pretend to be your best friend. And now I am not. It's like you were either lying then or you're lying now. You either were my best friend and now you're just not claiming me, or you were pretending to be my here's my thing. Friend, and now you're telling the truth. So that's why I don't think that's going to happen. But friend, and now you're telling the truth.
Now, right there, I can already tell you guys, if you have to ask if you're best friends with somebody, you're probably not. Because when you are truly best friends with somebody, that is something that is understood and don't even have to be said and explained. As a matter of fact, for the few best friends I have had in my life, you don't even really officially one day say you best friends. You just be like out with somebody else, and they be like, "Oh, we're your best friend," and then you like, "Oh, yeah, that is my best friend." So anyway, Kiely was obviously lying, but I want us to view an interview from back in the day to see the dynamics between Kiely and Naturi. She talking about she ain't got no reason to apologize. Oh no, I think you do. All right, come on.
You talking about some of the challenges that you have to go through. Talk about some of those.
Whoa. All right, I don't want to name too many because I don't want to scare you guys away.
Let 'em know.
Turi's man cheated on her, and we had to help her through that. That was a 3LW.
You talking about some of the challenges that
Damn, she had a thick ass tongue back then.
learn to get together with each other. Was that hard?
Yeah, it was a little difficult. It was a challenge. Keely might know about that one.
Let us know a little bit about that.
It was just Naturi and I, we had some conflict. We just didn't get along very well.
Well, why not? What kind of issues were you dealing with?
She doesn't understand me. Naturi just won't listen. That's what it is.
Won't listen.
The funny thing is, we always, and you're like,
Learn to
Listen, anybody gotta listen to your ass? Who wanna listen to somebody with a thick ass tongue like that? So now let's listen to what Raven had to say about Kiely before we give them their script.
So I've been trolling everybody's live, right? I was on Justin Bieber's live yesterday, and he hit me up, and I promoted my album. I went to Jared Leto's live the other day, so I've just been going around these lives. I went on the Baby's live, and this man went live with me while he was in and out, and I was like, "You need to get some secret peppers that they got on the menu, and this and that." And he's like, "What do you want?" I said, "A Snickers." This man bought frozen Snickers and came to my house and dropped them all.
I love him for that.
I'm in love with him. If I was straight, it'd be over, honey.
Bitch, I'm straight.
One at a time. So I've been trolling everybody's live, right? And yo, Kiely Williams is online, yo. She's been having my name in her mouth recently.
Who's Kiely?
Kiely Williams from the Cheetah Girls.
Oh, the one with the gap that made that song.
Not the Gap anymore.
Oh, okay, she got a T-Fix. But wait, what was her name? Oh my God, I was she did a song. It was
The sex was spectacular.
I'm talking about you.
She had my name in her mouth, but I appreciated it. It was in true Kiely form. She promoted my stuff while causing drama.
All right.
So I appreciate it.
So we don't even need to bring her up then.
Nah, she's going live. I'm about to talk on her live too. I troll everybody.
She's on your live right now?
No, she's on just hers, and I got everybody followed. And every time somebody pops up, I just troll. Is that weird?
Yeah.
I'm little. And yo, Kiely would.
All right, so now let's go back to the thick tongue helper here, so we can get her script. So first things first, I gotta say this: I'm not really sure why in the hell Raven Simone was on live with the meth head herself, Brianna. I really don't know. I mean, I guess like she just said, she was just trolling everybody. So anybody that had a check mark by their name, they pretty much, they was able to go live with her. I mean, because Brianna is not no kind of celebrity. I guess she kind of is a celebrity from the nut. Like, she come from a manager of a celebrity. So from the Daddy Nuts, who I don't know, but she ain't no celebrity. So I don't really know why they was talking. But I say all this to say, first of all, Kiely, I got a lot of questions for you. I don't know why back in the day you were trying to out Raven Simone way before she came out, way when, back when Orlando Brown was sucking on her titties, and that's really why she ain't never really been right since. I'm telling you something. I can say Orlando is crazy, he cracked out, he whatever, but it was some truth to what he's saying. And I do believe that him and Raven got down so bad that she was just like, you know what? I don't want a man ever again. But anyway, and Raven looking kind of homely there too. That's another story for another day. So the first part of your script, Kiely, is that I am setting up a fade between you and Naturi, because I feel like Naturi need to get hands on you, on your face, the way that she really should have back in the damn day. See, back in the day, Kiely, you had your tongue going against her, you had your mama going against her, and then you had Adrian on your side as well. I guess Adrian had the, the complexion for the protection. So it was all good for all of y'all to gang up on this girl back in the day. Now, Notori had a lot of class. She came from a very religious and astute family. So I guess they didn't fight down like ghetto hoes. But had she had known somebody like me back in the day, we'd have all pulled up and we would have had a problem with you when you threw them chicken and collard greens and mashed potatoes all up in Notori's head. Not to mention, Kiely, let's not forget you and your pimp ass mama tried to whore off Notori to some niggas from the St. Lunatics back in the day. And you thought because this girl was dark skinned, so you got to understand when you in that industry and you dark skinned, they just look at you as a sexual energy. They don't really want to acknowledge your talent or your brain or nothing like that. Just your sexual energy. That's it. So your mammy thought it was okay to not only already be pimping out all three of y'all, but to really pimp off this girl to some St. Lunatics, to some niggas that really didn't turn out to be shit anyway. All for what? All because she wanted you to be the star? All because she felt like you should have been out up front and not Notori? All because Notori was out singing and out dancing and out shining y'all ass and you couldn't keep up? To keep it real, when 3LW came on the screen, we all remember Notori, but you and Adrian just look like every other chick on the block. Is that really why you and your mammy was mad? Was you and your mammy so mad because y'all got coloristic tendencies and y'all could not believe that a dark-skinned girl got the nerve to be natural and have self-esteem and class? Were you guys jealous? Because she came from a two-parent household and knew her lineage and her family, and you were probably the product of a white boy that just wanted to screw your mama for a night and then leave and never return. What were you guys so jealous about, Kiely? I just want to know. So with that being said, we're going to set up that phase so Notori can get her just due. Notori, if you don't want to fight because you feel like you got too much to lose, because we know that Kiely is 2 cents for food stamps, then what we can do, Notori, is get a ghetto girl to come in your place and we'll pay her to fight your battle for you. But either way, Kiely, you need your ass whooped for what you did to Notori and your mammy too. Second part of the script is that I want that conversation between you, Adrian, and Notori to go down. I want it on live television, but I want it with the mediator. So who should be the mediator? Should it be TD Jakes? Should it be Iyanla Vanzant? I feel like Iyanla Vanzant because Iyanla and her waddling ass is so in tune with the spirit. Her and her titties, her bosom. I just feel like Iyanla's bosom just looks soft and warm and just look like if you put your head in between it, that all of your worries will go away. I just feel like if you put your head in between Iyanla's breasts, is that you could get the best sleep ever. Now, shout out to Iyanla. I don't really know why I just went on a tangent about her breasts, but anyway, I say all of that to say we need a mediator to get to the depths of what happened and to get all of you guys to hold yourselves accountable and to let Notori whoop on your ass for 30 seconds. Just 30 damn seconds, all right? And the last part of the script is that I am going to hook you up to a lie detector test, and I will be asking you a series of questions. Number one, were you aware that your mother was trying to whore off Notori? Number two, were you jealous of Notori? Number three, when did you realize that you would never be a star and that all you would be was a part of 3LW, and the only time anybody come checking for you is when they want to talk about some shit that happened 20 years ago? You were so smart, you were so pretty, you were so talented, and you haven't been able to parlay that shit into nothing else, and nobody's checking for you at all. You say, well, I'm not going to go on the reel. I know you're not going to go on the reel because when we say Kiely Williams, nobody knows who the hell that is. But if I say Notori Nodden, if I say Adrian Eliza Biden Holton, aka the Rona, because she don't watch the nasty ass. Matter of fact, you nasty as hell too. I need a corona test on your ass because you best friends with a chick that don't even wash her hands after she done shitted and pissed out her pussy. So I know that you must have picked up them habits too, because we are who we surround ourselves with. And so you was around that nasty ass chick for all that time. You was butt buddies with her, besties with her. So you probably don't wash your nasty ass hands either. I'm on a script for all y'all. Matter of fact, you know what? We just sick of your shit because this is all the press that you're going to ever get, Kiely. Please leave my office ASAP. And this script is free of charge because I don't even think your ass can pay for it. Them 3LW checks and dried up a long time ago because we know that contract got signed was a bullshit ass slave contract any damn way. Now, to move right along. Oh my God. How was I? Did I go too hard on 3LW? I didn't go too hard on that, did I? Ooh. Y'all let me know. How hard did I go? Was it that bad? Oh shit. Anyway, She would not tolerate your antics, Lord. Yeah, I know we y'all won't. Anyway, so now I was gonna talk about Floyd, but we just had to really put that script to the side and talk about Yaya. So Yaya is in police custody after allegedly stabbing a girl. Right now, her bond is set at $30,000. Yaya, according to the Neighborhood Talk, Yaya got into some sort of confrontation. By the way, the Neighborhood Talk, I got to proofread your shit. And if I'm gonna have y'all competing with these white publications, I'm gonna need y'all to spell the shit correctly. But anyway. Actually, no, let me start at the beginning. Neighbors, Floyd Mayweather's daughter, the hooked on phonics nigga himself, up. She was arrested early Saturday morning for felony aggravated assault with a deadly weapon after stabbing a woman. Now, Yaya got into a confrontation with the woman at NBA YoungBoy's house. And I got to stop right there. Because you mean to tell me that Yaya, you finna be selling your coochie on a yard all for a nigga with a bumped up cock? Yaya, you got to do better than that. You know, with these young girls, I don't understand why they fight over niggas they shouldn't be fighting over at all. Like, if he cheat on you, let him go. Or is it that maybe he got you bumped up now, so you just feel like you got to stay with him because he got you bumped up and ain't nobody else going to want you when you being bumped up? But I'm here to let you know a lot of people was bumped up, Yaya. I mean, it's 2020. It's a lot of people that's bumped up, so you would have been okay. But now you finna get the Rona in your vagina. Okay, all right. She apparently told the woman, LaPatra Lachey Jacobs, she should leave because she's his fiance. Ma'am, if another chick is in the bed with your man, he's not your fiance. You know, that ain't your man. That was just your man right then. You know, that ring ain't really mean a thing. You know, it was just a shut your ass up right now type of ring. All right, so right now we got the state of Texas versus Yaya Amaya Mayweather. This is criminal case. The bond was made. The bond wasn't number $30,000. We know Floyd wiped his ass crack with $30,000. We know that Floyd trick off to his hoes $30,000 like it's nothing. Her birthday is May 20th. Oh shit. Yeah. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday to you, all right? All right, let's see what else. Okay, so we got the judge up there. She 4'10" and only 97 pounds. Can y'all believe that? She 4'10" and only 97 pounds. Damn, she's a little Tasmanian devil there. Okay. They say the little ones will mess you up. I be trying to tell people the smaller ones will mess you up quick. All right, so here we got aggravated assault on the 4th. Then the bond said it was reviewed. Okay, so this is all court proceedings and shit. No appeals on this so far. I mean, you can't really appeal that. Let's see, any criminal history. She didn't even have any criminal history. This is a first-time offender. Damn, y'all, if you gonna commit crimes, you might want to ease yourself into committing a crime, not just come right out the gate, you know, stabbing bitches. You supposed to whoop a little ass for you to start stabbing them. You went 0 to 100. At least you didn't shoot her. She might actually make it. Now, I'm just saying, damn. You said it like it was close to your B-Day. Yeah, I mean, my birthday April 28th, so I'm just saying, I ain't got time for that now. All right, now, with all of that being said there, let me go back to your picture. I'm going to go back to your picture, actually. All right, let's go back here. So while I'm giving you your preliminary script, because I got to wait to see what the charges are before I fully give you a script. See, here's the thing, Yaya. Damn it, will it go back to... There we go. Here's the thing, Yaya. Even if the doctor want to give you the script, I'm a peopleologist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a real medical doctor, and they will not let me behind bars to properly prescribe you the way that I should. So, with all that being said, Yaya, it looks like you're just going to jail. Now, should I be mad at you? No, I'm going to be mad at your hooked on phonics daddy, and I'm going to tell you why. Because while he was out here with all them hoes, with his ex 50 Cent, when he was out here doing all that shit and he ain't had no business doing, when he was out here not learning how to read, being a 50-year-old ignorant nigga, instead of being a 50-year-old, intelligent, rich athlete, your daddy is the personification of everything we don't want to teach to the young black athletes coming up. We want to teach them that you can be black, intelligent, and use your body for money. Like, you can have all three. Like, you can really be a powerhouse out here, not so ignorant and dumb that you out here like R. Kelly at 45 years old. Everybody got to read your contract to you, and you really don't know if your ass is going to come. And so for you, Floyd, you should have been spending time with your daughter, teaching her better morals than having her out with a bumped up cock, stabbing holes, and now finna ruin her life all for nothing. And honestly, Daddy, I don't really know if you can get her out of this. Now, allegedly, that criminal shit, that might run in the family, because, we still trying to figure out what happened. God rest her soul to Josie. We still trying to figure out what happened. That's mysterious that woman was suing you, and now she came up missing. But I'm gonna leave that at that. So yes, money can't buy you class. And for this young girl here, I gotta wait until you actually have. I gotta wait till your court date before I can give you a script. You didn't. The girl bleeding out. Like, I don't really know what to tell y'all. Yaya sounds like a broad with hands. Victor, look, she definitely should have known better. But one thing I can say, Yaya, while you are away, I will be sending you some herpes cream, because I don't really know how the herpes healthcare is behind bars. Everybody focus on that Rona right now. They really don't be having time to be running to get you no Valtrex. So I'm gonna send you some cream. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just send it with your daddy, put it up his ass, because I'm sure that ass is plenty wide open. He can sneak it in for you. You can shit it out in the toilet or something. Make sure you keep your cream on so you don't be bumped up, because the girls on the yard will not pay top dollar for your shit. They will not be paying spicy chicken top ramen for your coochie if it's all bumped up. They just not. You'll have to just settle for some bullshit, all right? You have to settle for somebody eating your coochie that ain't even cute. And I don't want that for you. I want a pretty girl eating your coochie, not an ugly one, all right? I'm going to have your daddy put plenty money on your books, because here's the thing. We got to keep you safe. I mean, obviously, you stabbed that girl because you didn't have the hands from your daddy. So, thank God you didn't inherit your daddy's looks, but apparently you didn't inherit his hands, which is unfortunate. So if you can't fight a girl that been messing around with your man, if that didn't put enough drive in you to swing to get your Tammy Roman on, then you ain't gonna be able to handle that yard. So we're gonna keep plenty of money on your books. So last but not least, I don't really think you should tell them that you are Mayweather's daughter, because they really gonna be jumping off and kicking off in your ass. That's all I'm saying. Now I got to move right along. All right. Oh man. Okay, what did we come here for? Wait a minute. I didn't want no script over here. All right. So now, who knows who that is right there? Who knows who that is right there? That is LeBron James back in the day, back when him and Savannah was lovers, back when they thought that they was going to take over the world together, and they did. And LeBron, I got some issues with you, because I was giving you all them props. I was saying this is a good black family. He ain't cheating on her. He ain't got no side babies on her, only to find out that your smush face ass been smashing other pussy that is not your damn wife's. At the end of the day, LeBron, you turn out to be just like everybody else in the damn NBA. You got your wife at home, your hoes out in the street, but for some reason, none of you niggas are smart enough to use rubbers, so y'all just continue to make babies out there. I just don't want y'all going out like that, all right, LeBron? So, the first part of your script, LeBron, is that we're going to chop your balls off, because you obviously don't need to use them no more. Allegedly, not only have you been with that chick named Sophia Jemiah, whatever the hell, that white girl with the blonde hair, baby with the good hair. Not only had you been, busting off in her allegedly, but I got some tea up in my inbox to say that you had also been messing with a Sharon Reed all the way from the early 2000s from Miami. As a matter of fact, when Sharon Reed was a news anchor in Miami, she talked about you at work, and she got fired and got her career messed up off of messing around with you. Allegedly, you put off one of your smush face, that wide shouldered ass babies up in her uterus too. But you buried that shit better than Dwayne ever could. See, you can bury the skeletons in your closet, but all the skeletons that fell out of Dwayne's closet, Dwayne that came out there. Dwayne's closet is overfilled with shit, but Dwayne is a whole nother story for another day. I'm gonna send some mouthwash over to Dwayne's house, because I want to tell. How did I get over to Gabrielle? Yeah, we'll get over to Gabrielle. with this Sharona going on, Gabrielle, this is not the time to eat your man's booty. And I'm going to leave that at that, all right? Moving right along, the second part of your script is that you're going to retire. I want you to go home and be a husband to your wife. I want you to love her, kiss on her, and make all of this shit up to her. The next part of your script is that you're going to apologize to your kids for embarrassing them. Your kids are going to see this shit. They are all old enough to know you can't hide social media from them, and you was not paying your owes the way you were supposed to keep shit under wraps the way you should have been. If you're going to be cheating, your family should never know you cheating until your funeral. D.L. Hughley said it best. You find out about the side family, the side babies, any of the hoes at the funeral when they all crying over the casket over your body. That is when they supposed to find out about them. Not now, but you niggas so dumb, you bust off and everything. You think that these pretty girls really love you for you when they don't. They love your ugly ass because of what you could provide for them. Because if you was a 6 foot, 9 foot, I mean, you're already ugly, but a 6 foot, 9 foot ugly motherfucker with no talent, no credit, no money, no class, no anything, no name, you would have never got none of that high class coochie. You would still be busting out hoes behind Popeyes, all right? Next, and last but not least, no. The next part of your script, you're gonna apologize to your mama. See, you got mad at your mama years ago when she was scoring your coach. All right, you felt like that was disrespectful, but ain't nothing more disrespectful than disrespecting your wife by cheating on her. Now, don't worry about your mama's coochie. Your mama been working on coochie for a real long time. That's how you came into the world. So you judged her for embarrassing you, and now we got to judge you for embarrassing your wife. So you better apologize to your mama ASAP. And last but not least, I am prescribing some side dick for your wife. I believe in equal opportunity. It is 2020. Ain't nobody better than the other. And if you can get it on, then so can your wife. And while your wife is getting it on with a hot young dude, I am going to prescribe for you to be tied to a chair, your mouth duct tape shut, and for you to watch so you can see exactly how it feels for your loved ones to be cheating on you. Okay, he gonna do you. He gonna do a good, do it with no rubber, bust off in it, and you are going to watch this shit. All right. Now. Anyway, that was our show tonight. Does anybody want to make any comments? The doctor is back. Oh God, the doctor went on vacation for a little bit. Apparently he had to rush back and get back, before the Rona shut everything down. All right, guys, I'm gonna give y'all some time to come in, and I'm gonna also let you guys ask any questions. Alex J said, good show, thank you. I would spend all that money on Netflix and the side dude. Oh, I'm just saying. Geraldine, did y'all have, I sound like Tasha, did y'all have a good time? No, but for real, did y'all have a good time tonight? Cypher says, Storm, you're an equal opportunity offender. Damn, Storm, you got the game for free. No, I didn't. But I am going to show y'all how to make prison noodles. It's basically noodles, and then you put black pepper, red pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. You put you some ground beef in it, flaming hot Cheetos, and then Velveeta cheese mixed all in it, and it's delicious. But I'm going to do a video and show y'all how to make the prison noodles. What's going on, Spice to God? Oh, they left. They left. All right. Maybe you got disconnected, but you can come on back in if you want to. Whew. All right. Let's put that back in there. Okay. He's a cheater. I agree. Francesca said, you a mess. Keep it up. Look, I tried. The doctor tries. Yeah, they bounce real quick. Ground beef, you better know. Oh, ground beef, you can do ground turkey. You can do Yaya is a Taurus. That makes sense. What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, you starting to say Taurus is angry? Oh, man. What's going on, Tusha? Hello? All right, everybody playing today. What am I drinking? Got some flavored water here. The little vodka, same old. She is bull bit. Oh, bull bit. Yeah. I low key kind of look like a bull myself. I can't even lie. That's what I'm saying. Y'all be ready if you click the link. I like to give y'all time. Tauruses blow up when they backed against the wall. That's very true. Because I've had some people try me and woo, Storm a Taurus too. Shout out to all the quarantine birthdays. I know. I'm going to go live on my birthday, though. I'm gonna go live with y'all. I just think it's messed up that I can't really do nothing now, on my damn birthday. All because y'all don't want to stay home. Just stay home, man. Stay home. That's it. Ooh. Too shy, quit being too shy. Thank you, Teresa. Any other questions, concerns? And then talk about Jay-Z and Beyonce. Okay, so allegedly, y'all know that Jay-Z got with Beyonce when she was very, very young. He is much, much older than her, although it is alleged that Beyonce is not truthful with her age. She says she's about 38, when in reality, she's probably like 41 or 42. And we think that 70s party she had a few years back was actually her 40th, not the 38th that she planned to have had later. Anyway, I say all that to say, he got with her at a really young age, all right? And he was beating on her. He was controlling her. That is why you only seen Beyonce and Sean Paul in that one Baby Boy video, and you never really saw them perform again. Maybe they did like one on-stage performance, but that was it. But you would never see them unite because allegedly Beyonce and Sean Paul got down behind the scenes. But I'm not mad at that because I feel like every now and then, she might want to look at something that's actually attractive pumping on top of her. Hey, what's going on, Tom?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I love how you are. The only thing I've been trying to tell you, when you did that commentation with Tasha and T.S. Madison, I'm like, I was hanging, waiting. You was about to tear Gabrielle ass up. And fucking Tasha's, I don't want to curse, but yeah, she stopped it. And I was like, no, Tasha, don't. I wanted you to finish so bad. And that was it. That's all I wanted to say. I love what you do. People got to you got to feed it to them because they brain dead. They brain dead because they want to be brain dead. And I just love that about you. Huh?
I mean, and about that too, because me and her talked about that too off camera, and she was just like, I just don't want you to mess up your career, because he probably thought I was like really about to go. I think I was about to go in, to be honest. So.
You was about to, but the thing I didn't like about her is people have to have their professional space. Yep. That is not your whole thing. It was a try, and like I said, T.S. Madison wasn't even that extra. Tasha was the only one extra. It was not a Tasha show. It was all three. So I think your face reaction was, I felt for how your face had looked as well.
So I know I be trying to hide how I be feeling, and my face be telling on me. But it is all good. And believe me, as me and Tasha work together more, we will learn how to. Too shy, you didn't have to click off. We was getting to you, but we'll learn how to go in and out of each other with our conversations. But thank you though for calling in.
You're welcome.
Take care now.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Too shy, you didn't have to go. We was about to get down to you. We was literally about to get down to you. Let me see if anybody else wants to come in. Oh man. Yeah, 25 and 31 is okay. 31 and 9. So let me ask y'all. I'm 26. How can I date somebody that's 21? Is that too young? I don't know. What's going on, Lacey?
Hey, I'm not showing my face because I took out my hair and I got my little scarf on, so I'm like not wanting to show my head, and stuff. But I wanted to say it was a good show tonight. It was a good show the other night as well. I enjoy watching your content. I appreciate your raw realness. When we were going back to your old videos, I was dying. I had to keep from choking on my food while I was cooking while you were roasting people. And I'm dying, laughing. My brother's looking at me like, Lacey, what's wrong with you? I'm good. But that's all I wanted to say. And shout out to Aries gang. We had to celebrate our birthday in quarantine. I had to celebrate my birthday in quarantine. It was boring.
Yeah, I know. My mom did too. Her birthday was on April 1st, and she was pissed because she had plans to go out of town. And I was just a couple weeks before, I was like, I don't think you're going to make it. And I'm supposed to go to LA the end of April. That shit ain't happening. So it's we all messed up.
Yeah. Yeah, we all just We ain't gonna be going nowhere. Everybody gonna be home, and this is probably gonna last until June. So everybody,
Yep.
don't put your hopes up. My hopes are for April because I wanted to go see a show in April. But yeah, everybody, if you got plans, cancel them plans. Get that refund from them hotels ASAP.
Yep.
Because it ain't happening. Don't do like me, where I forgot at the last moment to go refund my ticket, and I missed. And that's silly.
Yeah, that sucks. Well, Lacey, I want to thank you for coming on. I'm gonna see what Lisa got to say.
All right, bye.
Bye. Good night.
Hi, Storm.
Hey,
Hello.
Lisa, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How did you enjoy the show tonight? You can be honest.
No, I enjoyed it. It was good. I wish it was a little bit longer, but I did enjoy it.
Okay. So, if you had to, I'm gonna put out a survey too. So, what's the perfect length of a prescription Saturday? Do you want it like an hour and a half, or like what are you thinking?
Yeah, an hour and a half. I think that would be good. And then have like 30 minutes for people to call in. Well, depending on if they're gonna call in or not.
Right, because I never know. It kind of all depends on how people feeling. But okay, but what's going on with you, Lisa?
Okay, so I just wanted to comment on Kiely because I remember back in the day when the whole situation happened, and her and Adrian Bylon went on TRL, and they swore up and down that Natreon was lying, and that Kiely's sister knocked the plate of food on all of them, and food got on everybody. But now she's saying, "Oh, I was holding my sister, and I was going for Natreon." So it's like, bitch, pick a story and stick with it.
I want her to too, because my thing is and I'm ragging on her so hard because her and her mama was so hard on the touring, and it was some colorism shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like color. I just don't like colorism shit. I just don't. You're not better than nobody because you lighter. That shit is mad dumb to me. But anyway,
right. And it's crazy because, like, I know people say, like, oh, you know, when you're light-skinned in the black community, people like to hate on you. Well, I'm dark-skinned, and all the light-skinned girls is picking on me. I got all the dark-skinned jokes.
Look, let me tell you, I think it's sad that we still have to talk about that stuff in 2020, but I just think even if people have gone through that in their childhood, like, you can't do that shit as an adult. I just think people know better and they just still don't do better.
That's true. Well, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye. What's going on? Is it Shy?
It's Chi.
Chi Escobar. What's going on?
Yes. Hey, Storm, did you hear about those people in France trying to basically do testing on Africans?
Yes. It was over in France, right?
Yeah. That is crazy.
They
how you
want to
decide you're just gonna mosey over to Africa?
But you know what though? You know what though? It's so messed up and it's so inhumane. But I'm mad at the African countries for letting them in. Why are you letting them in?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I agree with that because that is absolutely crazy though. Like I wouldn't even thought about nothing like that. For you to just say that out on the news, they just so blunt with it.
Mm-hmm. And said it like it was nothing. Like, yeah, accept that shit. Like, yeah, we gonna
right. Yeah, we just gonna do it. We don't care what you Africans think. Like that's really crazy.
But you know what it is too. I don't know if you know, but France is basically their banks are backed up by a bunch of countries in Africa. So that's why a lot of African countries are so poor, because even when you put your money in the bank, 85% of it actually belongs to France.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Guess you learn something new every day.
Yeah. So literally, if those countries, because I know Africa is a continent, but if those countries were to separate themselves from France, it would cause a war because France would just completely go bankrupt. So they ain't really got shit anyway, to be honest. The French people are through. I'm sorry if you French, but I'm just saying.
Well, all you Africans, take all your money out of the France. Stick to your continent, y'all. Stick to your own continent.
I'm saying. Did you have any other constructive criticism, comments, concerns, anything?
Oh, no, sorry. That was all I had. Thank you.
Thank you. You have a good one.
You too.
Bye-bye. All right. Anybody else want to call in? Let me see. Let me put in the thing here in the chat. I've been telling him, oh dang, the comments going so fast. You can't protect the spirit with the spirit against bombs. That's true, Lanita. That's true. That's you have a point. Stay with the homeland for those whom are there already. Okay. Let's see. I meant to say 15 minutes is good enough for video call-ins. Yeah. Why she sound like Mona Scott? I mean, they might be from the same city. Now, Kenya, not from Kenya. You always coming in here roasting me. Dang, your comment went by. 6ix9ine dropped 2 albums. Yes, I know. Tekashi 6ix9ine dropped English and a Spanish version, allegedly. So, other than that, I think I think that's it for tonight, guys. Let's see. Yeah, you know you always roast me all about money. Can't call while I'm watching the vid. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Hey, Storm, what are your thoughts on Jason Lee going on the Queen Supreme Court? I mean, it was okay. I understand why she had him on there because he has a big name and a big platform. But other than that, it wasn't all that. All right, what's going on, Two Shot? Hey, Two Shot, we can hear you. Oh, see, all right. All right, guys. Well, we're going to call that a night. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys want to advertise on my platform and do business, make sure you hit up my email. It is in the description box down below. If you want to ask me any questions, make sure you look me up on Instagram, stormmonroetv. And I'm trying to pull up, if I can pull up my damn sponsors here before we go. If we can't play them, we're going to move on. Okay, looks like we can't. Anyway, ain't going to be able to play them. So, like, comment, subscribe, and share if you care. And I will catch you guys later.